Okay, Barbies, I'm going to give each of you real-life clues about someone from Barbie. You will make one official guess by saying, this Barbie or Ken is blank. You can help each other, but if the clues are about you, don't give it away. This Barbie couldn't impress her father till she got on NPR.
Oh, I think this is Greta. Your family is so smart. You know, I'm sure they kept NPR as a barometer. Whereas if I said that acronym to my family, I don't think they'd be aware what it is.
Second clue. Was listed on Forbes 30 Under 30 and owns a coffee shop. Kate?
God, I know it. I know it so much.
Kate has a pizza.
You own a coffee shop?
There are 4 of them.
So I'll just say, Kate McKinnon had her first job as an umpire at Little League softball.
I knew that.
Yes, I knew that too.
Yes, I did hear that story.
Kate McKinnon can play the piano, guitar, and the cello. I didn't know that.
I did. Yeah.
Poorly.
At the same time.
Technically. Yes.
And says Willy Wonka is her dream role to play now. As a child, once faked her own death.
Oh.
Okay.
Despite claiming to have the palate of a 4-year-old, conquered all the spicy wings on
This is
Hot
Margot.
Ones and can write a thesis on Love Island.
There it is.
I'm
Barbie,
so
Margot Robbie.
transparent. I'm such an open book.
That seemed to be an easy one.
Yeah. Ryan once said to me, he's like, I've never seen your face light up the way it does unless you're talking about food.
Literally, when you would talk, we'd see you across the room, and I was like, she's talking to Jack about food. And we'd take bet, and Ryan would be like, okay, I'll go ask her. And he'd be like, they were talking about barbecue. And I'd be like,
Yeah. I fucked it up.
We're having fun. Are we having fun?
Spent time at the Mattel headquarters, speaking to Mattel employees, asking them about how the brand has evolved over the years, what was the impotence of some of the changes that they made, and how do you make a Barbie? You know, I could go here and watch someone literally thread Barbie's hair. But I also did watch, you know, Barbie documentaries, did read about the creator, Ruth Handler, all that kind of history to Barbie. And also I watched a bunch of the Barbie, she has a YouTube channel, and one that stuck with me that wasn't necessarily that applicable for the movie, but I needed to hear it for me in life. Barbie on her YouTube channel did this whole thing about saying thank you instead of saying sorry. And I was like, oh wow, I do that all the time. I start emails with sorry to bother, but, you know, like sorry I couldn't, like sorry I can't do that. Barbie has this whole lesson about like swap out the word sorry for the word thank you. Thank you for understanding that I couldn't do that, or thank you for hearing me out. Here's what I think of this. He would do something different every time, and I think he was just like, his barometer was to try and make me burst into laughter, which he succeeded at almost every day. Yeah, this movie gets to some pretty deep, profound places, more so than you'd expect a movie about dolls to be. And since we were exploring things about how any person might feel, there were scenes where like things felt pretty real and raw. Not just for me, like America has this amazing speech just about how contradictory it is to be a woman and how we tie ourselves in knots just to be liked, how it's just such an impossible task. You can't be all those things, and then in the end, it's just you fail anyway, you know. Because what was most important with the costumes, the hair and makeup is that, you know, when you put on an outfit and you're kind of like, I feel really good in this, like, I think I look good today. Like, you bring this confidence with you because you're like, I'm killing it. And we wanted everyone to have that feeling every day in Barbie Land. All the outfits are not one-to-one replicas. Some are inspired by real-life Barbies that have existed in the past. There might be a picture. Or the Wizard of Oz. Yes. Yeah, this was like that moment for Dorothy and Toto.
Yes. I keep saying, and I believe this, and maybe you can pitch this to someone, but there needs to be a museum of all of the sets, because people should have the privilege of being able to walk through this, what amounts to a sculpture garden.
I was very jealous of the Ken's costumes when they have their battle. It was very like 80s gym inspired, and I honestly was like, where can I get that tank top that Simi was wearing? And they're like, it's like a vintage thing. And I was like, damn it.
Still hangs out with like the rest of the cast. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, I'm a bit of a fan. Oh yeah, you love that.
90 Day Fiancé The Other Way.
My mum would answer, I think, would be the most solid bet.
Ava's mom.
Music's always that really fun thing that usually it's kind of like icing the cake. You make the cake and then at the end you're like, ooh, it gets even better when we ice it. But
that doesn't even begin to cover what Mark Ronson's done. And he didn't come at the end to ice the cake. He's been a part of the process from the beginning. And it's so important. That's made the biggest difference, is having the music kind of grow and evolve whilst the film grew and evolved. The music is responding to what's happening on screen. I mean, there's like this hilarious song at the beginning when Barbie's going through her perfect day and then her bad day, and Lizzo's lyrics are very much reflecting what you're seeing on screen, and it's just this added layer of comedy, and this extra conversation that's happening with the audience that's so funny, and it's an incredibly catchy, amazing song.
Hi, Barbie! Looking good, Barbie.
Thanks, guys.
This Barbie has all the accessories. The retro dream house, the pink car, and of course, Ken, played to the hilt by Ryan Gosling.
I thought I might stay over tonight.
Yeah, you have to go behind that poster and scream it and then come back. It wasn't that it was Kenny and Barbie, it was rollerblades. It's really hard to say in the American accent. I just struggled with saying it. I'm not meant to form conjectures based on the causality of adjacent unfolding events, blah, blah, blah. You know, like stuff like that where I was like, okay, that's a mouthful.
It was a line involving the word bride.
Oh yeah, we kept going. That.
There was also a string of Barbie clothes that was really hard, like Pajama Jam in Amsterdam set, pretty paisley palazzo pants. Try that one.
Yeah. Just remember that.
I hope that they feel good about themselves watching it. Like, I don't know, I feel like there's some sort of relief in this movie in that the message ultimately is, you're good. You're good as you are.
Good as you are, and it's pretty good too. A really fun movie. Were you reluctant at all, given the roles that you've played over the years?
I admire Greta and Margot so much that it was really just an opportunity to work with them was too good. If I was reluctant, it was I doubted my Kenergy.
But over the years, Barbie became pretty controversial with criticism that she projected a narrow and impossible standard of beauty. But we also saw her evolve, a multi-career woman representing different races and shades of beauty, sparking new conversations about the now 60-year-old doll. And that's what seemed to motivate this movie.
I guess it was just step by step, you know. The first step was to say we're the production company to do this, and you know, we assure you we want to honour the brand, but we have to be upfront and let you know that we're not going to shy away from the problematic parts of this. Otherwise, it's not a movie we're interested in making, but it will come from a place of love. It will come from a place of respect, because I absolutely have respect for anyone that can make a toy sustain popularity for 60-something years. That's incredible. And tons of people, you know, there's thousands of employees and people have poured their lives into Barbie and the brand. I would never want to do them a disservice. And there's tons of fans out there, you know, who love Barbie. I wouldn't want to do them a disservice either. But that was step one, just getting on board. Can you imagine?
I asked my friend for water and he handed me a cup and I just took it down and it was all vodka. Oh,
I once woke up with the worst hangover and I only had 2 Advil. They were like, and I immediately went to take it, grabbed the glass next to the bed.
What did you do?
I ended up drinking it.
Yeah. But at these things, you have to make the kind of the inspirational speech. So what did you tell the young people?
I hadn't been put in that position before, because usually I just make fun of things, right? And that's easy, but then you have to be earnest. And that was a difficult task. So I just told them to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground and reach for the stars. Which I read on the back of a cereal box.
But then your speech took a very unexpected turn, I feel.
At the end?
Yes.
Yes. No, I thought I would inspire the graduating class by singing a Whitney Houston song to them.
Which one did you choose, Will?
The theme from The Bodyguard.
Why?
Because we're girlfriend, boyfriend.
To do what?
I'm actually not sure.
Just looking at Margot Robbie, you might not think the role was much of a stretch, but it's never easy to play a legend, either living, dead, or plastic. Through sheer persistence, she hit pay dirt at age 17 with a role on the popular Aussie soap, Neighbours. Cue the tears.
No, he promised me. He
we would be home for a special night.
She was a perfect fit for the show. Almost.
I had a very strong Australian accent.
It was too Australian
for neighbours? Too Australian for neighbours. They had a dialect coach come in to make me sound less Australian for the most Australian TV show. I think you were liking that, yeah.
I think I'm the only one who thinks that, but I think it. Hello, sir.
I've been getting told for years that I look like the girl from Sex Education, who is Emma Mackey. And she plays one of the Barbies in the movie, pretty much because Greta and I thought it would be funny. Hey guys, we were gonna do like this whole joke about us looking similar and how, did you know this?
I did not know this.
Anyways, and then once we like got all dressed up as our Barbies, we were kind of like, we don't actually look that similar.
Yeah.
Like when she's got her brown hair and I've got my blonde hair, we don't look that similar. So we didn't put that joke in the movies. But when people come up and say, I loved you in Sex Education, I just say, thank you so much. I've watched snippets of a lot of different things in case it was helpful for the movie. Guys.
Whoa.
Hey, chill, mate.
Wow. I want to say smart, fun, meaningful.
Good. I'm going to say, if we get 6 words between us, I suppose, exuberant, hilarious, unexpected, but not a horror film. Just to be clear. The very best part of working with Greta. I've done movies where my whole body's being painted and tattooed and things like that. Then you're on set, yeah. With big wigs, you know, the key look for Barbie was this impossible amount of hair. I cannot think of a movie that had more hair than the Barbie movie because everyone had wigs with 10 times the amount of hair a wig would normally have in it. And it was like down to your waist every time. And it was so fun, but it was a lot of hair. The wigs kind of made it because it helped with that scale, like the different proportions of Barbie, giving you that fantasy feel of like, oh, something's not quite human about her. She's got impossible hair. Makeup, we just tried to make as beautiful as possible. Greta really liked the look in these like old Technicolor movies where they had this like creamy sort of look to their skin, like this flat look. Because what was most important.
You know, and the memories.
Yeah, I'd say that.
And good memories. But yeah, if it's small and it's like, you know, if it can easily fit in your pocket.
I took my Harley Quinn bat and jacket. That's it. Yes. Have you seen Jury Duty?
Yeah.
Oh, did you love it? That seems like you don't.
Well, I mean, how's that guy? Is he okay?
I was worried about him too, but I also follow him, you know, on my Finsta, and I see that he's got a lot going on. He gets invited to a lot of things. The original Ken. Our kind of like foundation to build off was the Mattel line, and so when it comes to costumes, the idea that you get a Barbie in a pack and you get all the accessories and all the matching like pieces of the outfit that go together, or in some cases that can be converted from day to night. You know, we take that idea and run with it, where Jacqueline would create like a perfect day look, but then when Barbie goes to the beach, it's the same material but a different outfit. And her hair could change impossibly from, you know, minute to minute. She can go to the beach with a long ponytail and then have hair up to here for lunchtime and then have it curly by dinner, and that was just kind of like the magic of Barbie Land, is that her hair could change with her outfits.
The costumes are in a way everything. I mean, it's unless you're dressed for it, you're not doing it. So much about the doing is what you're wearing. And I know I've never had as many costume changes as this. And they're all so wildly different. And it's just the kind of, there's a meme out right now that says, you know, the costume designer for Barbie has a free pass to heaven. And I agree.
Greta definitely loved, you know, a lot of Technicolor musicals were a reference for this film, but also a lot of just old movies were a reference to this film, and they had this kind of, I mean, they're also shooting on different kind of film stock, of course, that helps, but this like
full coverage but creaminess to their makeup. It was just a different kind of look, I guess, for what's popular right now, but very, very beautiful, especially on screen.